Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for being with us here on KXAN Live. I'm Will Dupree, coming to you from the KXAN Live studio on this gorgeous Wednesday afternoon. A live view right now from South Austin from our Whittlesey Landscaping camera there, and we are going through a lot of results from last night's runoff elections. 4 races here in Austin were decided, including for Austin City Council District 9. That race remained undecided after November's election. The top 2 vote getters in that particular election moved on to this runoff, and here are the results right here. Zohaib Qadri eked out a win there over Linda Guerrero for Austin City Council District 9, which covers Central Austin, downtown, including the UT campus and a part of South Austin as well. That is just a difference of 322 votes between these candidates, and we are very fortunate this afternoon to have Zohaib Qadri joining us live right now on KXAN Live. Zo, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time today.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. I'm so very glad to be on, and it's been such a whirlwind of a 12, 24 hours. But I'm so thankful and humbled to be in this position.
Yeah, you addressed it there, but how are you feeling after those results came in and that narrow victory came through for you?
Like I said, I think I'm very humbled by the opportunity to serve this district. It's a district that I've lived in for since moving to Austin. It's a district that I've grown up in, and that's given me so much. And truthfully, I'm just ready to serve. I am, overjoyed by the results. It was a very, tough race, but we made sure that we were going to stay on message, talking about the issues that the voters cared about, whether it be housing or transit, whether it be public safety or how to help our unhoused neighbors. And we're a campaign that made sure we didn't take a single, vote for granted, that we worked for every vote. And we did that outreach, and in a runoff where we saw a huge drop off between folks who voted in the general and the runoff, it was just so important to make sure that every constituent had been touched and folks were having their voices heard, and that we were doing the work. So I'm overjoyed, I'm humbled, I'm excited, and like I said, I'm ready to serve.
Turnout really turned out to be key, as any election will come down to, but this one in particular. So I'm wondering what message you want to have and send out there to supporters of Linda Guerrero's after this really close result last night.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all have the same, goals as a city, as a community, and that's that of equity and making sure that the city works for folks, that folks are able to live in the city, that they're able to have equitable transit, that the city works for them. A lot of our folks who give so much to the city, whether it be city workers or first responders or teachers, are being priced out of the city. So making sure that there's the level of pay they get is fair and equitable, but making sure that they're able to properly live in the city and they have the transit that they need to get around. I think folks, whether they voted for me or not, have a deep love of the city, especially if you're voting in a runoff election that sees such a huge drop off. You care about the issues, you care about the people. And I think it's important, and that's something that we did. We centered our message around the people, because it's people that make the city what it is. It's people that make the neighborhoods what they are. So I'm excited to, if you voted for me, thank you. Without y'all's votes, I'm not here. And if you didn't vote for me, thank you for voting. Thank you for being part of this process. I'm looking forward to, the conversations and seeing where we can come together and work together on a lot of really important issues that we all care about.
I know we're only a few hours after the election results were shared, but I saw on Twitter this afternoon that you went for a tour at Austin City Hall there with Chito Vela, one of your soon-to-be council colleagues there on the dais. What are you doing to prepare so that you're ready to go on that day one of your new term?
Yeah, I mean, I always joke around. I was a student for so long. I love learning. So, talking to Councilmember Vela and learning from him and his staff. I'm making a point to reach out to several, former council members, especially folks, and then also folks who especially are currently on the dais and will be on the dais by the time that I join them, and just a few short weeks, having conversations with them, learning from them, seeing what their agenda and what hopes and aspirations are. So I'm going to continue to do the work. It's great that we were able to work so hard for so many months and getting out of that, very heated and 8-person primary that had such amazing candidates in it, and being able to get to this position of being in the runoff. But the job's not over. The job actually hasn't even started yet, right? So for me, it's about to be as prepared as possible to continue to learn, to continue to talk, and continue to bring in people into this office, into this district, and then just hit the ground running as soon as we can.
As you're coming off this pretty lengthy campaign season with the general and then the runoff that followed, what are the priorities that are coming up to the top of your mind right now? Again, you'll be sworn in on January 6th, but when you step into office and take that seat on the City Council dais, what are the issues that are really going to be top of mind for you to pursue first?
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts off with housing. That's one of the reasons I got into this race. I think that's one reason we did as well as we did. We talked about something that's affecting so many Austinites, whether they live in District 9 or not. It's our housing crisis. It's the lack of affordable housing we have for folks in the city. So I think, a major conversation starts off with housing. We're going to see we're going to see Project Connect fully come to life. We're going to see, the I-35 expansion. How do we do right by that? How do we, if there are any adverse effects, like how do we make sure that people are protected and the city is protected? And then I think we just need to look at so many other things. And I think District 9 is such a diverse district that when you really look at it, being on the campaign trail and talking to the folks that I did, for some folks it's the environment. For some folks it was things like public safety. So just making sure that we continue to listen to constituents, and then we continue to work with it's going to be myself and 9 other council members plus the mayor. It's going to be very important to make sure that there's collaboration, there's conversation, there's communication, there's transparency, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. And then as I said earlier, having the many conversations that I'll have with members that I'll be able to serve with, seeing where they are, right? What are priorities of theirs? What are things for those who have been on the dais already? What are things that are looking forward to or hoping to do with 3 new members on the dais, including a new member, including a new mayor. So I think there's so much potential. I think the city has potential to lead, be an example, and I'm very excited to play my little part in this.
One thing that I've noticed pop up on social media, especially today, is excitement about the historic nature of your win. You will be the first Muslim ever elected to Austin City Council. What does that distinction mean to you?
I mean, I'm the first. I sure as hell. I hope I'm not the last. I think it's extremely important to diverse faces that make up this community and make up this great country everywhere. Whether it's as campaign staffers, whether it's elected officials, whether it's as advocates or activists. So I'm very humbled. I think it's very important to every community to have a seat at the table, and if they don't have a seat, I think it's the duty and responsibility of others to uplift voices. But I really do hope if on top of pushing good policy, that this campaign and hopefully my time in office inspires others, so that down the line I'm able to cast my ballot for a Muslim city council candidate or a mayoral candidate or whatever it may be.
Yeah, as I was preparing for our interview, one thing that stuck out to me that you told another news outlet here in town is that you wanted to accurately represent the majority renter city that we have. Why is that important specifically?
Yeah, I might have talked specifically about District 9 being a majority renter district. I just think having that outlook on the dais is really important. Being a renter, having to deal with the cost of living and not really having any control when your rent might shoot up by $600, $700, $800 like mine has in just a year's time. And I've talked to folks on at the doors, and in one instance, a gentleman told me his rent had gone up by $1,000. He was actually leaving the city of Austin. So I think different perspectives are always needed on the dais. Whether it be race, ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, or even just lived experiences. So being the counselor from District 9, which is a majority renter district, which is I believe one of the average age of the district is 27. So I'm actually 5 years older than the average D9 resident. But I just think the different perspectives life experiences, work experiences that I bring. Hopefully it does right, and I do right by those folks who call this district home.
So you've answered so many of the questions I had and then some. So I'm wondering, before we wrap everything up, if there's anything you would want to add that we haven't spoken about already.
No, I mean, I just want to thank the voters for District 9 for believing in me, for giving me this opportunity. And I just want, like I said, just want to echo the words I had said. Whether you voted for me or not, I'm ready to serve. I'm excited about this opportunity. I'm ready to collaborate. I'm ready to have open dialogue, and I'm ready to do good work. I think this is a beautiful city. I think that's why you live here, and so many other folks that call this city home. But it is a city that can be so much better. And I'm excited, like I said, to play my little part in making sure that the Austin that we claim to be, we come to that realization we are that Austin. So I'm excited for hopefully the next 4 years, and to do a lot of really great work, and to continue to serve my neighbors, and just ready to get going. Honestly, like I as much as folks have told me, hey, you should get some rest and you should turn your phone off, I'm like, no, I'm ready to go. So like I said, after breakfast, one of the things I did was go to City Hall and just learn. I want to be a sponge, so I'm ready to do a good job and ready to get this thing going.
Well, it sounds like you're on the right foot, so we appreciate that. I know Zohaib Qadri will become the next City Council member representing District 9 on the dais. Congratulations again on your win, and thank you for taking the time this afternoon to talk with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, everybody, if you would like to read more about the latest results from last night's runoff elections, you can view them at KXAN.com and the KXAN News mobile app. If you can download that onto your smartphone, we would be so appreciative. All right, everybody, I'm Will Dupree in the KXAN Live studio. Thank you all again for joining us here this afternoon. We'll see you back here another time. Take care, everybody.